Hey everyone, and thanks for joining. In this video, I'll be sharing my thoughts as to why the American Express Gold Card is really only beneficial to a small, selected group of individuals, and why I might hold the unpopular opinion here on YouTube that the AMEX Gold might not be the best card out there for the majority of everyday Americans. I'll first give an objective overview of the American Express Gold Card as a whole and give some credit card alternatives that probably work a whole lot better for the vast majority of consumers out there. So let's give it a go. So starting off, the card boasts a hefty $250 annual fee, so we as consumers should be expecting amazing earning rates or perks, preferably both, on these high annual fee cards. And good news, the AMEX Gold does deliver very high earning rates on food, and the rewards are given in the form of membership reward points. You earn 4 points per dollar on dining worldwide, and this includes takeout and delivery services like Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Grubhub. You also earn 4x points on US supermarkets on up to $25,000 in purchases every single year. You earn 3x points on flights when booking directly with the airlines or through the Amex travel portal. You also earn 2x on all other travel booked through the Amex portal as well. And finally, you earn 1x points on all other purchases. So overall, very solid earning rates across the two things that every individual probably spends money on, groceries and eating out. Factor in bonus points on airfare, and this makes the Amex Gold a solid everyday workhorse card, as well as a very good travel card. And please note that this card is a charge card, so the balance is due at the end of each billing cycle, so you cannot keep a balance month to month unless you enroll in American Express's pay over time feature. Generally though, I wouldn't recommend carrying a balance at all, and you should always try to pay on time without carrying debt, and just please avoid paying interest. And moving on to the sign-up bonus, you might qualify for a bonus of up to 75,000 membership reward points after you spend $4,000 in the first 6 months. You might also qualify for 0% intro APR for 12 months on purchases eligible for Amex's pay over time feature. You also get a complimentary 12 months of Uber Eats Pass to save on delivery and order fees when you use Uber Eats. If you're interested in applying for the Amex Gold, you could also look for Resi's bonus offer, which could be better depending on your spending habits. As of October 2021, American Express through Resi is offering 60,000 membership reward points on $4,000 of spend in the first 6 months, and 20% back on restaurants within the first 12 months, which is up to $250 back in statement credit. And I would personally try checking in with both American Express and Resi to compare their sign-up bonuses, because that sign-up bonus in year 1 carries a lot of upfront value, but they constantly change all the time, and you might even have to try going in incognito mode to maximize your sign-up bonus. Now, perhaps one of the most important questions when looking at the American Express Gold Card is, how much are membership reward points worth? And this one honestly all depends on whether you are team cashback or if you're interested in travel. So, starting off, if you redeem for statement credit, you only earn 0.6 cents per point, which is absolutely lousy. This means that the 4 points you earn on dining and supermarkets is really only worth 2.4% cash back, which is absolutely horrendous, especially considering that this card has a $250 annual fee. And you could simply just do much better on dining and supermarkets with no annual fee cashback cards. Now, if you redeem for travel through American Express's travel portal or through gift cards, each point is worth about 1 cent per point. Again, this means that the 4 points on food purchases is only giving you an effective 4% return, which still isn't really good considering the high annual fee on the Amex Gold Card. Additionally, no annual fee cashback cards can still provide much better value. And if you have the Charles Schwab American Express Platinum, you can redeem membership reward points at 1.1 cents per point. Again, not the best redemption unless you're piling on a lot of membership reward points, you aren't planning on traveling, and you simply want to cash out your points at the highest rate possible. If so, then yes, it can be a pretty decent way to redeem points. However, if you plan to keep the card long term past that year 1 sign-up bonus and only want to redeem points for cash back in the future at 1.1 cent per point, I personally would again look at other no annual fee cashback cards because they can provide much more value over the long term. However, if you plan on transferring your membership reward points to one of American Express's 17 airline transfer partners or 3 hotel transfer partners, you can get meaningful value from your points depending on how you travel. For example, you can transfer your membership reward points to Delta SkyMiles at a 1-to-1 ratio, where each SkyMile is worth on average about 1.5 cents per point on regular economy travel. So this would bring that 4 points you earn on supermarkets to effectively about 6% return on spend if you tend to travel Delta often for domestic economy flights. Of course, the value of these points will depend significantly on what type of traveler you are, the airlines you're flying or the hotel you're staying at, your routes, travel dates, availability, and many other circumstances. Point valuations also tend to be much higher on flights over hotels. And in my personal opinion, I value membership reward points often at around 1.5 cents per point on regular economy travel. It is certainly possible to get 2 or 3 cents per points in value, but these often tend to be on first or business class travel. So if you plan to maximize the number of flights you can redeem using points, aka flying economy, you might be looking at much lower cent per point valuations, or about 1.5 cent per point. If you are planning on flying luxury flights though, the membership reward points are extremely valuable and easily top cashback cards. Now, of course, even earning 4 points on food and 3 points on travel wouldn't justify such a high annual fee on the American Express Gold Card unless it also provided significant credits or perks, which it thankfully does. You can get up to $120 in value of Uber Cash that you can use for Uber Eats or Uber Rides, and up to $120 in dining credit that you can use on select restaurant or takeout services. Now, I say up to $120 because American Express doesn't give you that credit all at once, but instead divides that amount across all 12 months. So you actually get $10 of Uber credit and $10 of dining credit each month, and it is use it or lose it. So if you don't use that service that month, the credits do not roll over for you to use the next month. So these Uber and dining credits are up to $240 of value if and only if you use those services each month. If you forget to use it one time, boom, there goes your $10 credit. Now, personally, I think that many individuals on the internet actually overvalue this Uber and dining credit. They often say, yes, you're paying $250 in annual fees, but you're getting $240 in credits, so the effective annual fee is only $10. Plus, you're getting high earning rates, making this a no-brainer card to keep long-term past that year 1 sign-up bonus. However, I'm personally not so sure about making such a blanket statement just like that. Now, I do agree that the sign-up bonus is great, and it's definitely awesome to get the card for that year 1 sign-up bonus. However, long-term, I'm not so sure I agree. Keep in mind that Uber Rides and Uber Eats are primarily focused around urban populations, and many individuals in more rural environments or even living in suburbs don't tend to use Uber services all that often. Additionally, you might need to check if you have any of the participating dining partners in your area. For example, many people might not be living near a Shake Shack or Cheesecake Factory, and Grubhub and Seamless might not be providing valuable services or partnerships in your area. Furthermore, these credits are given each month and are use it or lose it. So if you don't use any of those services that month, you lose out on those credits and end up paying a higher effective annual fee than $10. Another key thing to think about is whether you are forcing yourself to spend on purchases that you were otherwise unwilling to make. If you normally use these services each month, then yes, these credits can be valued at full value or $240. However, if you don't normally use these services, but instead need to jump through all of these hoops just because Amex is providing you with these credits that you weren't otherwise going to pay for anyways, then you really aren't actually getting full value off of these credits. Additionally, these ride-sharing, delivery services, and restaurants tend to be on the more expensive side. So you may be unfortunately forcing yourself to spend extra money on things that you didn't actually really need. For example, the restaurants where I live often charge about 10% more through Uber Eats and Grubhub than if I walked into the restaurant instead. So if these credits fit your natural spending pattern, then yes, it can be up to $240 in value. However, if they don't fit your natural organic spend and you find yourself only shopping with these services just because of those credits, you might need to discount them simply because you are paying for those credits. You are paying $250 in annual fees just to get those $240 worth of gift cards almost. And as far as I'm concerned, I value these credits at roughly 75% in value, so about $180 total, given that I can just as easily buy gift cards at a discounted rate to these places, and I'd much rather dine in person rather than paying for delivery and service fees. And just a note for me personally, even pickup doesn't save much money given the markup on a lot of prices on these restaurants that partner with these takeout services. However, your mileage may vary. Now, on to other benefits. You do have no foreign transaction fees when paying with this card, which is really nice, although you may run into some issues with acceptance rates depending on where you travel. You also get baggage insurance, car rental loss, and car damage insurance, which can all be very useful for the frequent traveler. You get a $100 on-site credit when you book the hotel collection through the Amex travel portal as well. Now, you also have access to Amex offers, which give bonus points or cash back on some select purchases, and Amex offers tends to be the best program out of all of the credit card companies, although I would say that Chase offers is also pretty good. You have access to Amex experiences and Amex preferred seating, which can be all valuable if they match your needs. So with all that information out of the way, should you get this card? And honestly, I have a very hard time recommending this charge card to individuals unless they fall under a specific category. And it really all depends on your spending pattern and whether that matches the provided credits and how you like to travel. So first off, if you don't spend money on restaurants or supermarkets, I honestly would absolutely avoid this charge card. It's just simply not worth paying for a high annual fee and not benefiting from the higher earning rates if you don't spend a lot of money on those two food categories. Now, if you are a general economy traveler who likes shopping around for affordable flights and does not have airline status, or simply doesn't care which airlines they fly, or they don't travel very often, I would also probably avoid getting this card. And I feel like the vast majority of individuals out there probably fall under this category, where they might take a United flight one time, then a Southwest flight, maybe a Delta flight, and all in all, they're just finding the biggest bang for their buck and just finding cheap economy flights. And if that's still the case, then I feel like cash back simply gives you much more flexibility in how you travel, given that you can take any airlines you want, or stay at any hotel, and you don't have to worry about availability or point redemption rates. $1 is $1. You also do not have to jump through any hoops with monthly credits, and you don't even have to worry about point devaluation. And so if you are looking for economy travel, instead of the Gold Card, I would actually look at the US Bank Altitude Go for 4% cash back on dining worldwide and the Citi Custom Cash for 5% cash back on groceries. You could also use the Capital One Saver One card for 3% in both categories. Other suitable alternatives could be the Chase Freedom cards for 3% on dining, Blue Cash Preferred and Blue Cash Everyday for 6% and 3% on groceries respectively. And alternatively, the Chase Sapphire cards could also be a very good option to take advantage of its huge bonus, as well as having a fixed point redemption on general travel. And simply put, all of these credit cards provide significant cashback earning rates that are much better for the economy traveler who wants the most affordable flight and the most flexibility. Additionally, the quality and service on domestic economy flights tends to be around the same wherever you go, and it's generally only on international or first and business class flights where you see those differences in quality generally show up. However, if you are an economy traveler who prefers a specific airline, like say Delta or ANA, then the Gold Card can be a viable choice for you as well. It does earn points at a relatively high rate, but it again will depend on how much value you derive from the Uber and dining credits. If it does not provide significant value over strong cashback cards, then again, I would avoid this charge card since Amex also charges a small transfer fee when transferring Amex reward points to domestic transfer partners. And I personally would still go cash back unless you get significant value from these credits and can use points at good redemption rates. Now, if you are a general business or first class traveler though, and you enjoy flying on one of American Express's airline transfer partners or know a whole lot about alliance partners, then absolutely the American Express Gold Card is a great fit for you to earn points at a very high rate to redeem for luxury travel. You might also tend to use these credits organically, so you're not forcing yourself to spend extra on services you don't need. Additionally, if you're interested in redeeming points for luxury, first class, or business travel, then yes, it could also be a good card solely for that purpose of getting flights that you were otherwise not willing to pay for. Now, I should note that at the end, for the record, I should say that American Express is one of the best credit card companies out there in terms of customer service, is really up there with Discover, and they can offer amazing cards if you fall under their target population. However, if you don't spend a lot of money on this American Express Gold Card, or you don't travel often, or you don't spend and travel like how American Express wants you to, then it might not make sense to keep the card long-term beyond that amazing sign-up bonus in year one. So again, I think that the vast majority of individuals out there are probably regular economy flyers looking for the biggest bang for their buck when it comes to credit cards. And they also might not be able to value the Uber and dining credit at full value, meaning that their effective annual fee can be deceptively a lot higher than what American Express or other credit card gurus might say. And keep in mind that you also have to think about the opportunity cost as well. If you are redeeming these for economy flights, you could potentially be doing much better with those no annual fee cashback cards that earn also at a very high rate in those grocery and dining categories. So if you are the average Joe, I personally would probably stay away from the American Express Gold Card, since no annual fee cashback cards or even some low annual fee cards like the Blue Cash Preferred can provide much more value and flexibility even for travel. However, if you do fall under the specific population that American Express is targeting, where you can organically use the Uber and dining credit each month without overpaying for those services, you like traveling on American Express's transfer partners, You only redeem points either through the Schwab Platinum or by transferring points to one of AMEX's transfer partners. You're comfortable with the more limited acceptance of American Express cards, aka you might have a backup Visa or MasterCard. You derive value from the other aforementioned American Express benefits, or if you value American Express's customer service very highly, or if you just have money to blow and you want a cool gold or rose gold metal card to flex, then yes, the American Express Gold Card can be an amazing card for you. But again though, your mileage may vary when it comes to point redemptions and the credit valuations. And you should really do the math to see if the American Express Gold Card matches your spending pattern and travel needs, or if other travel cards like the Citi Premier, Chase Sapphire, US Bank Altitude Reserve, or many other cashback cards could be more beneficial. And if you are a bargain hunter for plentiful, cheap flights, then sticking to high-value cashback cards might provide much more value to you. So at the end of the day, what are your thoughts on the American Express Gold Card? Would you want to apply for the card? And do you agree with my assessment, or do you find me a little too harsh against American Express? Leave your thoughts and questions down below, and if you like this type of content, feel free to leave a like and subscribe for additional financial videos. With all that being said, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and see you next time.